There's no heartbeat. I'm sorry for your loss. You did nothing wrong. 1 in 4 pregnancies within the first 3 months of pregnancy will end in a miscarriage. I didn't think much into those statistics until I was 1 in 4. My husband and I had been struggling with infertility for nearly 2 years, but on June 20th of this year, we were blessed with that positive pregnancy test. And on July 11th, we went and we had our first ultrasound. Baby was measuring at 7 weeks, had a heartbeat of 110 beats per minute, and based on all the wives' tales that I had read, it was leaning more towards a boy. And my husband and I were just over the moon with excitement. But on July 26th, our lives were flipped upside down when I suffered a miscarriage while at work. It was a very traumatic experience, and I was very fortunate enough to have a coworker comfort me the entire time while we waited for my husband to come pick me up and bring me to the hospital. While we waited, my coworker had expressed to me her condolences and explained to me the multiple miscarriages that she had had prior to carrying her daughter to term, who is now 5 years old. Once at the hospital, I was asked a series of questions to then be told that I had what was called a complete spontaneous miscarriage or a complete spontaneous abortion, which could have been caused by a chromosomal defect of the baby, and this can usually happen before the 20th week of pregnancy. So, for those who don't know, there are various types of miscarriages. A complete, which means that your body has passed all of the pregnancy tissues, which is what I had. A threatened, where your body is showing signs of a miscarriage, but with proper medical intervention, it could be reversed. Then you have an inevitable miscarriage, which typically happens after a threatened miscarriage, and inevitable means it's going to happen whether you like it or not. And lastly, an incomplete miscarriage, which happens when all of the tissues of the pregnancy are not expelled from the uterus, and a D&C procedure will need to be done in order to prevent infection. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this important to talk about? Is it just another sad story in need of sympathy? Absolutely not. I want to break the silence of pregnancy loss and to bring to light how common this loss is. The number of women just within my peer group who came forward and expressed their condolences for my husband and I's grievance, and who were willingly open enough to share their own pregnancy loss stories, was absolutely alarming, crazy. And then to find out people within their peer group and their peer group who've experienced the same thing I have was even more shocking. Many women are elated to start a family of their own. And when these two simple words of "I'm sorry" are spoken from a doctor, it's gut-wrenching. My baby would have been 14 weeks today. I didn't get to find out its gender, or pick out a name, or start to decorate a nursery. but my child will always have a part of me. I will always carry that child till the day that I die. More than 30% of pregnancies will end in a miscarriage. So my homework for you, hug your mom, your sister, your aunt, your friend, someone you know that might have struggled with a pregnancy loss. Although you might not know 30% of people, women, who have suffered this loss, you might know just 1%. You can't bring their baby back, but the slightest gesture to express your condolences goes a long way. Thank you.